Is it better now?
It's better. It's better.
Okay. Almost. Hi.
Yeah, I think it's better.
But I think Anandita is. Hey, Maven.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So let's roll. Sometimes once we start, things sort of have a way of figuring themselves out. So
Yeah.
Anandita, I'm going to sort of start off first by getting to where you are, like loving, accepting yourself, feeling a sense of pride about your body. I want to know what was the trigger? That
Barely hear you.
you can't hear me?
Can you hear her properly?
I think Karthik can hear me.
I can. It's slightly breaking. I see that Anindita's network might have an issue. Yeah.
Is it no? I can hear Karthik properly.
Oh.
But your video is kind of glitchy, Anindita. You're connected to Wi-Fi?
Okay. Yeah, my wife. It's proper. Just a sec.
Yeah.
Acha, theek hai. No problem.
Sorry, folks. So while Anita said,
But even your voice is very glitchy, Akhila. Your voice is also very.
Is it clear now, Karthik?
It is.
I don't know. Is it because we're bringing in another person that this is happening?
Maybe because that network is not very strong.
Oh, okay.
Anindita's network. I think that is a problem.
Okay.
Because you're able to hear me clearly, right?
I can hear you clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're clearly.
No, there's still some lag and jitteriness when you speak.
Okay. Maybe should I restart it then, you think?
No, you're connected to the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, I'm connected to Wi-Fi, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me try inviting her again. Sorry, folks, please bear with us. Some days.
Yeah, she's here.
I invited her, yeah.
Is it better?
Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. I think I fixed it. Yeah. But I can still hear Akhila. I can't hear Akhila.
At all?
No, like it's like breaking. I can clearly hear Karthik, but I can't clearly hear you.
So why don't we start, Nandita? And
Yeah.
why don't we start and then we'll sort of get better. I'm sure.
Yeah. Just keep going. Yeah.
Start off by asking you what started off that journey for you when you started, loving and accepting your body. How did that happen?
Okay. I could barely hear you, but yeah, I understood what's the gist of the question. So yeah, so for me, so it's a long journey, right? So it's not like a one day journey. It's been like almost, if I have to calculate, then it took me almost 20 years to accept myself. Okay, so it was a journey of 20 years because I started putting on weight when I was 12 years old. Okay, and I could finally accept myself at 32. So it is a 20 years old journey. So it's not a before after journey. I will never call it एक मैं ऐसी थी और मैं ऐसी बन गई. ये कभी नहीं था. Okay, but yeah, I mean, for me it was more like a transition, like, a slow and steady growth, because I could also figure that, human has a lot of insecurities, right? Like we all have insecurities. So, for me to even overcome those insecurities took a lot of time. So, so 12 saal ki thi, started putting on weight, thought like, my friends, my girlfriends are getting a lot of attention, but I don't get that kind of attention. So kind of started like, you know, thinking that, okay, should I like then start hiding myself? Then people will not get to see that I'm fat. They will think I'm thin. That's the kind of mentality I had. So I started covering myself, like, you know, I started putting dupattas and all of that. So I used to wear Western clothes till I was like 10th standard, like 15 years. Then suddenly I started wearing like dupattas and all of that. Then I went to Miranda House, which is in Delhi. So kind of things changed for me there. I started doing theater in college. So of course, like you get a voice, right? When you do theater, like, you know, you're doing street play. तो आपको 1000 लोग देख रहे हैं, ठीक है ना, मतलब एक्टिंग करते हुए, they will make fun of you. You can't laugh or you can't react or you can't do anything to them. You need to, like, you know, stay quiet and keep at it, like, you know, at your play. So that's what I kind of, like, you know, kept me going, like, you know, that's what stopped me from reacting to people, whatever people said, right? So that was one step, like when I started doing theater. And then what happened was, from Delhi, I stayed in Delhi for 6 years. Things were pretty fine, like I could see a change in dressing sense. But, you know, acceptance of body never happened. I came back to Calcutta, right? In 2009, I came to Calcutta. 2009 to almost 14 ka half tak I was in Calcutta, 6 years. Then I went to Bombay. When I went to Bombay, no, things changed for me. So I started seeing people that, you know, people don't bother, like they mind their own business, right? That's when I started wearing whatever I wanted to, like whatever, like ऐसे दिल खोल के कपड़े पहने मैंने, like, you know, like just accepted like every clothes and my body. But the insecurity that, you know, I don't look beautiful, like the whole point that I don't look beautiful was always there. I thought that I don't look beautiful because I'm fat. So easy question, na? Fat is equal to ugly, because society taught you, no, that fat is equal to ugly. Fat is not beautiful. So that is what was there in my mind. And then, you know, I was in a relationship where it was a very toxic one, where the guy one day suddenly told me, you've got a pretty face, but you've got an ugly body. And then a lot of other things happened, okay? And like, you know, when we used to get close, or maybe we are not getting close. Why? Because he thinks that, you know, he thinks I am unattractive. So therefore, he is not being able to make love to me. So it's a psychology. But later I understood that he had a problem and he was putting the blame on me. It was not me. It was him who had a problem. Okay. And later, I think in the same year, in 2017, is when I understood that, you know, all these are all these are in your mind. Okay, you have to stop. Like if you control your mind, okay, everything is under control then. है ना? Like, you know, you have to tell yourself, you have to tell your heart and if your mind at the same time that you can deal with all this and nothing is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's when I think I understood that this is it. I love myself and that's about it. See, there are two. So going forward, we'll discuss this, but there is a difference between body positivity and body neutrality. Okay, so we'll come to that. Just keep in mind that you ask me that question later, even if I'm forgetting. Okay, yeah,
No.
yeah. So we'll come to that.
Theater, right? She talked about theater and how theater helped her. You're also a theater artist. Could you just tell us about how theater sort of gives you the will to fly and to also, you know, in some sense, listen to the voice within and also be conscious of the voice.
Yeah, because I think theater is a very democratic form. Okay, unlike many other classical forms or any other forms, theater is one art where I see the equal representation of caste, gender, and there is not much disparity, and everybody is welcome. And post a show, like the lead actor will sit with the light designer and the set boy, and we are all one team. You know, like even a star actor will help with keeping the set will help in. So that kind of oneness is there. So when you are that, lot of things fade away. Lot of things fade away, and you find friendship, and you find kind of a liberation that is not available in other workspaces. So I can understand why she said theater, because theater is where I am finding liberation too, even now. So yeah, so theater is one space where I'm finding my voice.
I'll add to your point. In theater is the only medium, like, unlike movies or serials, where when you're choosing a character, it is basis your talent and not basis your body shape. Like, I have done so many main leads in theater, irrespective of my size, my shape, and my color. Like, I have seen people who are dark, but they're queen and king. Okay. I played a role of a queen being fat. Okay. I played a role of a sutradhar, of a narrator, irrespective of my size, and I was one of the main lead. Like, I had 3/4 of the script. So that's like, theater is one medium where you can be of anything, like you can be anyone, and you can get a, like, you are not judged, and your voice is your strongest point, like, where you can just talk it out.
Your voice, your talent, right?
Yes.
Just one small point, Akila. One small point to add to that. I think in classical dance, because we have a lot of people in Alap who are associated with dance, the idea of the Victorian aesthetics has overtaken the idea of what was originally the idea of Indian beauty. When you go to temples and see the sculptures and all, it was all about voluptuousness. Our devis, our statues are very voluptuous, full-bodied, and that is how they were celebrated. But now there is the sudden ballet body consciousness that has come in, and that is the narrative now. So somewhere I find that theater that has not gone into that. So I have seen Sita, full body Sitas, full bodied Shakuntalas, and basically like after 2 seconds of the play, actually you forget who is playing what. It's only the character and their voice that matters, and that theater has owned up to that. And dancers also, like I see now also, like most of the dancers who were like, very ballet like young days, now when they're veteran dancers, they are obese, they are this thing, but when they perform, people watch and they get applause, right? Like in the event that you curated last year with Rama Vaidyanathan, the first show was 3 women, senior women stars sitting and performing, Padma Subramaniam, and then the whole audience went gaga over them. So body doesn't matter, it is all in the head, like she says. And I think you should let her talk. I just wanted to clarify that.
No, but that's beautiful, Karthik. Like, now that you tell me, like, yes, seriously, theater don't judge. That's the beauty of theater. Yeah.
No. Anandita, ask you, plus size as a body activist, what are some of the key myths that you're trying to bust?
Myth. Okay. So, see, the myth is, first myth, plus size people are unhealthy. It's a myth. Health has nothing to do with your weight, shape, size, nothing. Okay. If you are eating right, if you are exercising, okay, if you're staying. So what do you need to do? You need to stay fit, right? How can you stay fit? If you eat right and you exercise, right, you can stay fit, right? So that's the whole point. I mean, just equating weight with health doesn't make sense, because that's the first thing. I think there are other myths, like there's so many myths that I'm also kind of forgetting, because we keep, so if you're fat, that means you eat more. If you are skinny, then you eat more. So basically it lays, so it is nothing to do with your weight. Like, again, like, if you're fat or you're thin, your food quantity is not according to what you are. I mean, you eat how much you can take, that's it. So then if you're fat, that means you're always eating junk food. So again, a myth. No, I am not. Don't judge me by my size, what I eat. I know what I eat. Like, I mean, for myself, I can vouch, like, I eat the most cleanest food possible. I eat like dal, chawal, fish, which is homemade. Okay, I don't indulge in junk. Once in a while, we all do it, but no, just because I'm fat, don't put it on me. Like, it's your problem if you're putting on me. uh, there are a lot of other myths, like, fat, if you're fat, that, and if you're not married, that means that, you're not married because you're fat. So no, that's not the case. I'm not married because I have not found the right person. So as simple as that. Okay. uh, if you're fat, then you're not, if you're fat, then you're ugly. No, you are not ugly. Everyone is beautiful, whatever they're, irrespective of their shape, size, color. So yeah, I mean, yes. I'm fat. That doesn't mean I'm an object of sex. That's another myth. Okay. So yeah, I'm not an object of sex. I'm not an object of lust. Okay.
Yeah, and one more
So
thing to what she added. One more thing to what she added. People today somehow think they're all psychologists, okay, and that they are psychiatrists and psychologists,
yes.
and they think as soon as they see somebody according to them is fat, they come and give you advice about emotional eating and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, it's none of your business. Don't assume that somebody is emotionally eating or somebody has put on weight because they have some problems. But one of my friends recently told me, he's a psychologist. When me and Anandita were talking, he's a psychologist, Akshay Singh. He told me that he found that people who are very comfortable, like even bodybuilders and all, who are very fit, apparently by standard norms, okay, who are very fit, they do not comment on anybody's body size or anything because they are very much in peace with themselves. And if you are in peace with yourselves, then no. It is people who are insecure about the way they are. It is
Yes.
those people who are always advising about others' body and questioning others' body. So I just wanted to put it out there. That's
Yeah.
that's
Also, one more thing, Akhila, concern trolling is the unhealthiest form of trolling, and this happens mostly uh, by your like, people around you, like, your parents, your friends, who are like, अरे मैं तो तेरे भलाई के लिए ही बोल रही हूँ. नहीं, तुम मेरे भलाई के लिए मत बोलो, मुझे नहीं सुनना है. I know what is best for me. Please stay away. I know what is best for me. The moment my mom is a plus size person and she will keep commenting on at me. She will be like, थोड़ा कम खाओ, थोड़ा ऐसा पहनो, थोड़ा वैसा पहनो. I'm like, don't show me concern. I know what is best for me. Please don't. Like, we need to stop then and there. Once you stop them, no, they will never tell you whatever it is. So stop them. Stop.
Yeah.
Put people into their places. Of course, you can't do it with your parents, but at least with your friends, tell them that I don't need your concern. I know what is best for me. So yeah.
Right.
हाँ, मतलब मुझे फ्री का ज्ञान मत देने आओ, मुझे नहीं सुनना है. मेरे को पता है मेरे लिए क्या ठीक है. मैं यहाँ पे फ्री, मैं कमाती हूँ, मेरा खाना है, मैं खाऊंगी, तुम मत बोलो क्या बोलना है. Yeah, you don't pay my bill. As simple as that.
No, it's also some sort of good.
मतलब this is almost like, this fake concern is not needed. We don't need your fake concern. Just concentrate on yourself. You don't need to concentrate on me. I can very well take care of myself. Yeah.
No, I want to ask you about, until the process that until the process actually started, acceptance happened. How much of insecurity was happening in terms of health?
Okay, just clarify me if this is the question. So what is the process of accepting myself? That's a question, right?
No. I want to ask you, how much did it affect your mental health until the point that
mental health? What was the, yeah, so see, I was telling you, like, my boyfriend keep telling me that you've got a pretty face but you've got an ugly body, so cycle to office every day 10 kilometers. And that was kind of like, it mentally affected me so much that I started doubting myself, like, and what happens is, that's when it's like the repercussions that happen. What I started doing was, I started eating more. मैं इतना खाती थी, मैं इतना खाने लगी. ठीक है, I'm like, मेरे को बहुत स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, मुझे थोड़ा और खाना चाहिए, ठीक है. And I think, this is what people does. Like, they will hit you where they know that's your worst, like, your weakness. They will hit you there. Okay. And that happens. And like that friend of ours told us that, people who are insecure about themselves, they only do the most. And I knew for a fact that my boyfriend, who was teaching me, telling me that, I'm so fat that I should exercise, like I should cycle some 10 kilometers to my office every day in Bombay's heat, where I would have got a stroke. Okay. Because he's not a doctor. He doesn't know what is good for me. He was just telling me out of like, no, because he was insecure about himself. He was clinically depressed. I got to know about this later, that, he was so depressed that he was putting his insecurities on me. He tried making me better while he was trying to make himself better. Okay. So of course it affects your mental health. I mean, it does. Like, people go through so much. I have so many DMs where girls come and tell me that, Anandita, our parents are always like, after us to lose weight. A guy left me, didn't marry me because, I'm plus size. I'm like, why are you even marrying that guy? Like, why? You should be with a person who can accept you the way you are. You should be happy that he's fucked off. I'm sorry for the language, but if he's like, leaving you right now, best for you. After 10 saal baad, if you are thin, he's marrying you now, and then 10 years later, you put on weight, he leaves you. Will that be good? Or is it good that he's leaving you now? That's better, right? So yeah, of course it affects your mental health. So we need to understand that ये जो आप झूठ मूठ के कंसर्न दिखाते रहते हो, ये जो आप जो लोगों को बोलते रहते हो, शेम करते रहते हो, ये this only shows how how ruthless, how low, and what a I don't even have words, like कि कितने गिरे हुए इंसान हो. You're basically you need to understand that before body shaming someone, that you are not correct. If you are shaming me, if you are rejecting my body, then I reject you. I reject your mindset. That's the whole point. Right. I don't even think you're a human.
Yeah, to add to what she said, okay, to just bring in the arts perspective, I think this harassment comes in a very, silk-coated form in the arts, where a teacher tells a student, I cannot take you in this group because you're plus size, everybody is in this size, so I cannot make you a solo Bharatanatyam dancer because you will not look good on stage. And even for men, there is so much of pressure to be six-packed, full-bodied, and to look like, they have come just to kill somebody in a war. Why should men look like that? I mean, who told you? And even in dance, so I have known many very good thinking artists who've divorced themselves from this art because they'll be body shamed. They're expected to dance bare-bodied, upper-bodied at least, and they're not comfortable with it. And if they wear a kurta and come, they'll be like, oh, this guy is lazy. I'm like, this has to change. Somebody has to bring about a change in this. And this is all form of bullying. And if it affects them a lot, it affects everybody a lot. I have also gone through that in my own way. But yeah, it affects people a lot. It's mentally, it's not as easy as people think it is.
No, and I think men are body shamed more because, women are talking about it, but there are men who are talking about, but acceptance of fat men in a society is very, very less. Like, men go through so much. I will tell you, when I was in school, there was this fat guy in my class. I was the fat girl and he was the fat guy. And he was bullied so much by my friends. And I wish I could do something for him, but I didn't have the courage because I thought if I kind of tell anything, then they might just tell me that, you're fat, that's why. And then there was this other fat guy who knew that, if मेरे को बुली नहीं होना है, तो मैं ऐसा स्मार्ट बनेगा, सबको बुली कर देगा. तो he used to bully, like reverse psychology. He used to bully others. So either you get bullied or you bully people, because आपको पता है that you are not accepted among your peers. तो करो, कुछ तो करो ताकि people don't. Yeah, survival strategies, that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would ask you, like, in terms of like, do you think that as an influencer, like your tribe essentially comprises of people who are plus, or you have also people who are actually kind, want to kind of reach out, and who are kind, who are just people?
Can you
No,
please tell me that?
No. Sure, yeah, she was asking whether in this movement of body positivity, does it comprise of influencers who are only plus size, or there are allies who are empathetic with the subject and who are willing to come and talk about it, or things like that. It is a full spectrum.
Body positivity is not only about, firstly we have to understand body positivity. Body positivity is just not about being fat. It is about acceptance of your body, right? Acceptance of your body irrespective of whether you're fat, whether you're skinny, whether you're short, whether you're tall, whether you're fat, or you're dark, or you're bald, or you have hair. Okay, you basically love yourself. That is what body positivity is. Body neutrality is where it comes like, मेरे को मैं पसंद हूँ, I love myself, but I think I want to change a little bit about myself. That is body neutrality. Like I'm not I'm happy with myself, but I think I should be a little thinner or little fatter, or that's body neutrality. Okay, we have understood the difference now. Body positivity is this. Now then, there are a lot of people who are talking about body positivity, but why fat women and fat men are the Bopo warriors? Why, why we are the Bopo warriors? I'll tell you why. Because we have been suppressed. We have gone through a lot for years. We have been oppressed for a very, very, very long time. We have been marginalized. Okay, we have been feel guilty for the size, for our size. हम हर जगह जाके क्षमा मानते हैं कि थोड़ी सी जगह और दे दो क्योंकि हम मोटे हैं, हमको थोड़ा बैठने का जगह चाहिए, हमको शायद थोड़ा खाना ज्यादा दे दो क्योंकि we might have a little more appetite than rest of us. Okay, हमें थोड़ा सा बड़े कपड़े दे दो क्योंकि हम छोटे कपड़ों में फिट नहीं आते हैं, तो तुम्हें फैब्रिक थोड़ा ज्यादा खर्चा करना पड़ेगा. That's the reason why we are talking about fat tax, which designers and brands are charging, because that's so wrong. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the reason why body positivity have been so just not fat people talk of fat people just don't talk about body positivity. Everyone does, but we have been considered like we think we kind of bring in a lot of more angle to it because we have been marginalized for a very, very long time now. Yes,
absolutely. Having to every stage, having to explain yourself at every stage can really be
the worst part is आप जब कपड़ों के दुकान में जाते हैं ना, like पहले क्या होता था, लोकल शॉप होता था. Even India में all these brands like Zara and like H&M, तो चलो, I love H&M because they have a plus size section. What about Forever New? I went to Dubai and I found plus section for all these brands. Zara, Forever New, Forever 21. Forever 21 doesn't even sell an XL in India.
Yeah,
they are selling till L. Okay, and that's what, like, and every time, you will go to a doctor, you're going with a sardi and he will be like, thoda weight lose kar lo. You are going to a shop to buy a cloth, madam aapke size ke kapde nahi milte hain. Kyun bhai, maine galti kari hai kya because I'm fat? So no, right? So we need to now understand this thing completely.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are part of the society. Please accept us. And if you're not accepting us, it's your problem. Go read yourself, make yourself updated, and don't tell us that we need to say sorry for being fat. That's the whole point.
Unapologetic.
So being a queer person and a man who loves aesthetics, you know, for me shopping had been a very depressing experience for a very long time, because I would go to feel good, buy clothes, and not find one cloth piece that will fit me that I like. You know, so the plus size clothes are all boring clothes, or clothes that are like in one category, and there are these beautifully designed clothes only meant for zero size people, or the so-called zero size people. And I would always end up being so depressed and wonder why can't they just make one more in another size for a person to wear it? Whether he look good or not is his choice, right? We need to have that right to buy those clothes. So when she said that, I could totally relate to what she was saying.
Yeah.
Karthik, I'll add something. I think this conversation is going to go long because there's so much to say. Karthik, I'll tell you one thing. So what happens is, because there is no acceptance, therefore there is no confidence, okay, in fat people, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, what is happening is, because I am a store owner, now that I sell clothes, I see why brand like Shein works. Because we are deprived all this sexy clothes, okay? We don't get it. So therefore, Shein worked beautiful in India, but thanks to government, Shein is banned, okay? Now people are not getting clothes again. Then there is no confidence. Therefore, people are looking for thoda dhaka hua kapda, thoda lamba kapda. Therefore, brands are also not taking that chance ki even if we make sexy clothes, will the audience buy it? Will the TG buy it? Or we will incur a loss. So someone has to take that risk, someone, and say, no, we are making sexy clothes for you. Either you buy it or you don't buy it. Okay.
Correct.
And I for a fact that, you know, if once I launch my collection, I'm going to make sexy clothes. And whether people buy it or don't buy it, that's up to them. But I'm going to make a difference. Yeah.
Lovely. Actually, I was going to ask you about the idea of confidence, but I want to ask you about the idea of inclusivity. Like your is inclusive, right? I want to ask you the idea of this inclusivity in the context of body positivity.
Yeah, so like my brand, which is Pretty Parade by Anandita, okay, it's Pretty Parade. It doesn't mean that, you know, that parade has everyone. It has got everybody's, it's gender fluid. It's nothing like, you know, I mean, of course, I don't have clothes for boys right now, men collection, but I will be coming up with men collection. Of course, that won't be called Pretty Parade, something different. But yes, men collection will also come in future. But when I talk about Pretty Parade has all kinds of size. It is for all kind of color. It is for everyone, okay? If you want an XS, you will get an XS size. If you want a 8XL, if you want a 9XL, if you want a 10XL, of course, I currently don't have a lot to offer over there, but that's the reason why I am launching my collection, so that, you know, in future I can provide people with that kind of clothes, like, you know, 9XL, 10XL, jo chahiye aap lo. But, you know, you should be happy about yourself. Yeah. And of course, be price sensitive also. The brands are insanely charging some money, like, you know, just because मोटे है तो कपड़े नहीं मिलते तो कुछ भी पे कर देंगे, नहीं. Like, you know, there are brands I collaborate with, and I don't want to, like, you know, I want to talk it out. They charge like insane amounts. They don't even have good clothes. There is this one particular brand I want to talk about, okay, who doesn't pay us influencers, ask us to do some free shit for them all the time, okay, and selling clothes at 3-4 grand. That's the kind of, you know, if you're a plus size influencer, you are always asked to do things for free. Because उनको लगता है कि हम तो, see, this is where marginalization comes. उनको लगता है हम फ्री में काम कर देंगे, क्यों? क्योंकि हम तो मोटे हैं. You know, marginalization comes in award categories also. I have been nominated for Cosmo twice, but in which category? body positive influencer of the year. Why not in fashion influencing category? What have I not done? I am breaking stereotypes every day in fashion. I should be the fashion, people like me should be the fashion influencer of the year. Right? Why are people who, I mean, what are they doing which what we aren't doing? We are like, we are breaking stereotypes after stereotypes. We are doing, I think we are challenging the fashion industry every day.
And also as a brave voice, really like.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Okay.
No, she said as a brave voice. You're doing it with a brave voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much. But like, I mean, I won't say that, I'm doing anything different. But I mean, I'm challenging. And people like me are challenging.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a fat girl has always been told that you can't wear shorts. You can't wear hot pants. Why? Who gives you the right to say this? Who are you? I will see whether my thigh looks bad or not. I will decide. No. I will see if my arms look bad in a sleeveless or not. If I feel that, I can go out with my 2.5 kilo ka haath, I will go out. Who the hell are you to tell me?
No, that's absolutely true. I want to ask you a little bit about creating content on digital media. Sort of keep busting these myths. What is the process that you guys do? Posts quite frequently and really interesting.
See, the process is very simple. You discuss, once you have like this kind of discussions, while you're talking also, you kind of take a step back and I'm like, अरे मैंने वो point बोला था याद है? Or this needs to be told to my audience also.
Right.
मतलब when you're making content, maybe you can add this, maybe you can add that. And the best part about the thing is that, what happens is when I'm collaborating also with brands, I'm just not wearing clothes and showing them like, ऐसे कपड़े पहन लिए, ऐसे पहन लिया और मैंने model की तरह post कर दिया. नहीं. We are also sending out a message to our audience.
Yeah.
Right? Every time our content has a content. If you're telling me I'm not an influencer, I am basically a content creator because of course I'm an influencer. An influencer is content creator is here and then there is an influencer. Influencer people, you can be anyone can be influencer, but everyone can't be a content creator.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to ask you, Anandita, I want to ask you, a body positive, influencer. Do you think that the size really matters? That because you're plus size, that gives you a sort of like, can anybody become a body positive evangelist? What I want to ask.
Again, Karthik, you need to answer.
No. See, she was asking whether does size matter or can anybody be a body positive evangelist and influencer?
I think I've answered this. No, anyone can be body positive. See, you need to love yourself, and that's about it. I mean, I have seen so one of my friends suddenly started making this, not friend, but someone I know. Okay, suddenly started making this body positive content, right? But I have never seen her accepting her body the way I do it.
Correct.
Like आईने के पीछे जाके आईने के सामने खड़े होके बोलूं कि I need to lose and then I need to go out and say I am body positive. That is not body positivity. Body positivity is कैमरे के सामने हो या पीछे. You need to love yourself equally.
Yeah, I think it is about like what she's saying. It is about authentic voices, not appropriating the real voices who are talking about body positivity. And there is also this toxic body positivity also, of people who are showing off with their gyms and all, and they're psychologically ruined. They're anorexic. They have body dysmorphia. They go behind the camera and cry and come in front of the camera and say that they're all healthy. And this kind of content is very, very dangerous. And somewhere people need to call out. When you know that somebody is faking it, we need to call out and not appropriate voices like Anandita's who are authentically saying whatever they feel like. They are showing off. They are wearing themselves open. You know, when I met Anandita in Clubhouse or whatever, she cries, she shouts, she's angry. She has nothing to hide. You know, she's like an open book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of authenticity is always more valuable, according to me.
Yeah,
Those
and
voices
I
really
think,
matter.
what happens is, that's the reason, Bopo movement is kind of, people are trolling the actual Bopo warriors, because, आप जाके मतलब आप बैठे बैठे चिप्स बर्गर ठूस रहे हो, और I am saying there is nothing wrong in it, but don't propagate wrong things. That's not body positivity, and even it comes to, like, other way around, like, I mean, I'm not eating, that doesn't mean I'm body positive.
Yeah, yeah.
Just, like, balance rakho, balance. And also there are people, like, stop thinking that, body positive influencers are promoting body positive, are promoting obesity. No, we are not. That's another myth which I forgot to say. That's one of the biggest myths, that we are promoting obesity. No, we are not. Don't come and tell us. We know what we are doing. We know what's best for us. We are not promoting obesity. No, we are not. We are just saying that fat people are also healthy. And therefore we are, and we love ourselves, and we are, and that's body positivity is all about. So don't.
And
I used to, like, fight with the trolls, but these days I just block them. I'm like, हटाओ, ये negativity नहीं चाहिए मेरे को.
Exactly.
Or
and
ignore
I think in this pandemic, Akhila, if anything that we have learned is how important mental health is, and how important it is for us to be happy with what we are, right? So if there is a constant pressure about your body losing weight and toxicity and all, then at what cost are we, talking about obesity? At what cost? So that is also very important for us to discuss, right? At what cost? And some people
Yeah.
are without any medical knowledge, they'll come and tell you that it's for your heart, it is for your that, it is for your this. And I've seen, even Anandita has told, doctors say, no, it is not true. It is not true. It is
No,
not
no,
true.
not all
You
doctors. Kartik. I also said that doctors, there are most of the doctors, like 99% doctor will be like, आप मोटे हो तो सब problems इसी के वजह से है. But the actual, like, people who have studied medicine, they don't equate your weight with your health. I have been to like, हमने जिंदगी में 30-40 डॉक्टर्स तो दिखाए होंगे ना कुछ रीजन की वजह से, सर्दी खांसी ये वो व्हाटएवर. उसमें से शायद 2 डॉक्टर मुझे ऐसा मिला है जिसने मुझे ये नहीं बोला है that that this problem is because you are fat. ये जो myth है ना, we need to break this. And also I'll tell you, lockdown mein a lot of, like Kartik was saying, a lot of people have put on a lot of weight, okay, and they're cribbing about it. Stop cribbing. It's okay. It's lockdown. People can't exercise. You can't, like, you are sitting, you're eating because you're working from home. It's okay. Chill. During lockdown last year, 5 months I was alone. I went into clinical depression and anxiety. Okay. I lost 15 kgs. Why? Because I was not eating for 18-19 hours. Why? Because I was not mentally stable, which is clearly wrong. Because of which I got a gallbladder stone. Because of which I had to get through a surgery. Okay, then I gained weight, and after my surgery, I've lost weight. Am I obsessing over anything? No. Just don't obsess over losing weight or gaining weight. Just let it be, like, I mean, you stop obsessing. You want to lose weight or you want to gain weight, do it in a healthy process. Don't obsess, and don't lose your mental health because of it.
Yeah, I just have one last question, Kartik, and that I just want to ask that after you gain this confidence, right? Once you accept, you become confident. But now also, when people make biased judgments, do you feel angry, Anandita? Do you feel angry, and how do you? But have you learned that not like your have you like got to that stage where it doesn't bother you?
Yeah. I mean, people do bias judgment. I'll tell you, my relatives only. They make bias judgment. Like, I'm not married because I'm fat. हर बार मुझे बोलते थोड़ा वेट लूज कर लो शादी हो जाएगी. They don't know I'm not married because I'm not find the right person, or maybe I don't want to get married. Anything, right? Anything. I just want to enjoy my life. I want to grow my career. I want to be successful. Anything can be the reason, right? But I mean, people do they say that I am unhealthy because I'm fat. Okay, my father had sugar, diabetes. He had BP. My mother has high BP. Okay, my father died at the age of 50. He was thin. Okay, my mother is fat. She has got only BP problem. Okay, she is healthy. Otherwise, she has got no other problem. Okay, so that's the whole point. And you get BP, diabetes a lot of times because of your it's because hereditary. It is not because you are fat or you're thin. It is because of hereditary that you get it. Okay, the only way that, because my father had it, I might get it, but how can I prevent myself? If I keep a check, if I eat healthy, right? अगर हो गया तो अब तो भगवान मेरे को अगर देगा तो फिर उसमें मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकती हूँ ना. That's in my destiny.
Yeah.
But the moment I get it, what will people say? थोड़ा weight lose कर लो. Now this days what I have done is ना, मुझे कोई भी कुछ बोलता है, मैं उनकी तरफ देखती हूँ, स्माइल करती हूँ और वहां से निकल जाती हूँ. मैं इसीलिए स्माइल करती हूँ क्योंकि वो बेवकूफ है. I think that how stupid you are. That's what that is what I keep thinking, that you're just stupid, and I don't want to waste my time on you.
Absolutely.
You are not
One more
worth
thing,
my
Akila.
time.
Akila, one more thing with what Anil, I'm sure she'll also agree to what I say. Even with my body weight or with my queerness, this has happened. So people give you unsolicited advice and they give you biased judgments and they keep telling the wrong things. Does it stop affecting? No, we stop reacting. Okay, it is like the pain is there, but after
Yeah.
some time, you get used to the intensity of the pain,
Yeah.
that you don't feel like it is hurting anymore. It hurts. It hurts and it comes out in different ways. It comes out in different, in those moments when we are alone or something, we burst out, all the pain comes out. But we stop reacting, because if you become vulnerable, right, the world will eat you down and they will finish you off. So it's at times we have to be strong, we have to stop reacting for our healthy sake, but it hurts. It definitely hurts. It hurts every time. It hurts. We get used to the intensity of the pain. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, when I was a kid, right, Akhila, we used to travel a lot by train because my father had a transferable job. So we used to come to Calcutta by train, while vacation. ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हुआ कि पास वाला पड़ोसी, like co-passenger never asked my mother why she is so fat और आप लोग कुछ करते क्यों नहीं है. Thanks to my mother, she has always said, मैं उसकी मम्मी हूँ, मैं देखूंगी उसकी भलाई, आपको चिंता करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है ना? I think we need more parents like my set of parents to accept the child also, and if any parent you're listening, if they're listening, I need to tell them that stop pushing your kids, stop them, stop saying mean things to them, because you don't know where they are hurting. They're actually hurting them, like you're hurting them.
Yeah.
And it's emotionally affecting them. So you need to stop doing it. And I hope that the world changes soon, so that my children or your children, our children don't have to face this. They come in an inclusive world.
No, absolutely. I mean, we
Yeah.
definitely that's more empathetic and inclusive, both, right?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
allows, that appreciates diversity and is empathetic to diversity,
Huh.
right? That is really so. I think there are so many take conversation, Anandita. Thank you, Karthik, for introducing me to her, and
My pleasure.
with which she shared this, the confidence. It's just amazing, and I do believe that it's crucial that as content creators ourselves, we're really, loving or providing space for marginalized voices to be heard, and also creating content that where question about have to to sort of spread body positive. He can also become positive evangelist and not just
Correct.
some,
Yeah. That will only happen now the moment we keep, like, if you are awake, if you are woke, that's the word this day. If you are woke, then make others woke too. Like, अगर आपके सामने कोई किसी और को judge कर रहा है, stop them then and there. And that's when I think, make them think that they are wrong.
Yeah.
We need to
Akhila,
do this.
Akhila, if I can steal from your role and ask her one last question. Anindita, if you were to go back to your 14-year-old self or
Yeah.
13-year-old self, and you would have to give her an advice, what would it be? Because I'm sure many dance students will watch this and they're all going through this body shame and dealing with a lot of mental pressure.
I think
So
I
maybe
will
they'll
tell
hear that advice.
I'm very clear about what I'll tell myself. I think I will tell her that, thanks for being who you are, because that is what made what I am today. Okay. If I wouldn't have been so insecure about myself then, I wouldn't have been so secure about myself today. I have had that journey. Everyone should have that journey. Otherwise, your graphs are stable. You need to
Correct.
have this kind. Your graph should be like this, right? It should have a upward growth. Otherwise, it's like you have done nothing in life. You have not learned.
Correct.
And if we are not learning from life, then we are not growing as a person. And I want to thank my 14-year-old self for being whatever she did. Whatever she did, I'm not going to make her. I'm not going to abuse her, or not going to say her, you did this wrong or you did that wrong. I think whatever she did was right.
No, absolutely. I mean, thank you, Anand, for really sharing direct dil se. Literally, it was such a beautiful conversation and so lovely to hear somebody. I agree with that, considering I come from Japan. So thank you so much, Karthik, for being here.
My pleasure.
And conversation to everybody who heard it and everybody who will hear it later. I know it's a Sunday. People may have been busy. They will watch it. I do hope that we take back some very important things and actually implement it in the world that we live in. The world is the safer, kinder place to live in. Grow up in a world that is a little kind than it is right now. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Akhila.
you.
Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much for this.
Thank you. Good night.